I was going to take it a little bit to, like, we haven't even hit on the fact of, like, what a blow this is to the Falcons. I was going to kind of just take it to the field for a second, Mike, just a little bit there, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
You know,
Go ahead.
In the fact of, I mean, here we are, the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, it's a big blow to their football team. Yeah, you didn't have them last year. Arthur Smith's, inaugural season head coach. You don't have one of your best players because he has his, some personal issues. He's got to step away from the game. But this is a guy that's a superstar, a budding superstar, just waiting to break out. I mean, we see what he did in the 2020 season, and here he is, not going to be able to play, but even worse, maybe if Atlanta was thinking maybe we should move on or do something like that, they can't even trade him now. So it's a huge blow to the Falcons organization, whether they were going to keep him or trade him. Now that, if they're going to keep him, now you don't have one of the more talented receivers in football on your team to go along with Pitts and Matt Ryan, who's coming down the home stretch of his career. But even if you were going to move on, I mean, he was going to command some big-time assets. You're going to get a first-round pick and then some for somebody like Calvin Ridley. And that's a big blow to a team that's kind of in transition right now down there.
There was a report yesterday that the Falcons turned down trade inquiries for Calvin Ridley because of the investigation.
Yeah.
And, on the surface, oh, boy, those Falcons, they're doing things the right way. Well, two things. First of all you got to do is make a call to the league office, and they're going to tell you. Now, some teams don't make that call, and shame on them.
Shockingly.
Secondly, if the Falcons would have done that, if the Falcons would have traded him knowing that he was facing the suspension and the team to which they were trading him didn't think to call the league office,
the NFL would step in, right?
I'm just saying the Falcons can never do business with anyone again.
You're right. Nobody would trust them ever
They're doing
again.
the right thing for their own best interest, because if you pull a scam like that, you aren't pulling off any more trades in the future.
Yeah.
You're making a lifetime enemy, and Terry Fontenot can forget about getting hired by someone else when his job in Atlanta ends, and it someday will. That's how it goes. So let's not act like the Falcons are going to be right next to Mother Teresa over the fact that they didn't engage in these trade talks. They couldn't have if they would have traded him without telling the other team. If the other team did it unwittingly, that would have been a horrific outcome for the Falcons and for the individuals involved in that trade. It would have been a permanent scar on them moving forward.
Well, no doubt. Well, what's like social media been saying? Like, you want to put out a tweet asking what they think's a fair suspension? 8 games,
maybe,
16 games,
maybe.
Something like that. I mean, that to me, again, I don't know.
The problem is you got the law and order. You got the law and order crowd that thinks he should never play ever again, and there's no nuance to it. You gamble on football and you're shut down. And I understand there's a bright line there. I just think that the circumstances of Ridley's case and the NFL's broader circumstances of making $270 million this past year off of gambling and expecting to make $1 billion a year by the end of the decade, that muddies the waters a little bit. That introduces this concept of hypocrisy, and I always advocate a more nuanced view of everything. This whole black and white and right and wrong and there is no gray. There's plenty of gray. Life happens in that gray. Life would be a hell of a lot easier if everything was black and white. And people try to make too many things black and white. Life is not that complicated. And it's okay. It's okay to have to stop and think about something. I think some people just don't want to stop and think. It's like, you got suspended for a year. It was a gambling. Okay, fine. I move on. Move on to my next issue that I'm going to think about.
Yeah,
I don't want to
make
stop
a judgment
and really think about.
And move on. Right. Make a judgment. That guy's an idiot and move on. And then, and where's my next
Got what
idiot?
he deserved.
I know.
Got what he deserved. Next man up.
Right now. Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.